Hello and welcome back to Mainichi Japanese Fit. No, Japan Fit. Okay, so today we're going to talk about how to count rabbits and why it's so special in Japan. So, first of all, what we need to know is that in Japan, depending on the thing you count, you need a count word. Uh, well, it's a word for counting. I What's similar in English, I guess it's like the word piece, a piece of cake, piece of cake. Uh, what else do we have in English? Um, I don't know. Anyway, that's what for something like a piece of cake. But you don't really need the word piece, right? For example, you can say, "Hey, how many cakes do you have?" And you can say, "Oh, I have three cakes, right? Just three." You can say. In Japanese, you cannot just say three. So if you say, "How many cakes do you have?" You have "sang," what sang, right? You need to say, "I have three pieces." Enough. And so this count words, it's quite interesting. They also depend on sometimes depend on the shape of the object you're counting. For example, here this is my. My means I don't know what it means, but it's like it's used for counting paper, city, what else? Shirt, right? So it's used to count things that are flat. Uh, Here counter for thin flat object, sheets of paper, right? So in English we have sheets, uh plates, coins, CD, I believe shirt as well, because they're like here, right? They're thin, and they're usually they have like quite a surface area, right? Flat object, thin flat objects. Not really, coins is also mine, then not really, but like CDs, right? They're flat. Paper, and stuff like that. And then we have Hong, uh, which is used to count like elongated cylindrical objects, which is perfect for innuendo. But yeah, so what are Hong? Examples of Hong are uh, like roses. They have like this, right? So this is cylindrical. So we count flowers with Hong, Ipong. Branches of trees are called Hong. Bottle of waters are cylindrical and long, Hong. Pencils, I mean, my drawing is not good, but yeah, pencils and so on, long cylindrical objects. So it depends. Rather than like the object itself, it's kind of also like how it is, right? Like the physical shape of it, but not always like depending. Many way of counting, but you need that. You like how many bottles. You cannot just say ni, which means two. You can say nihon. You can say two cylindrical long objects, two bottles, right? That's how you count in Japanese. And now we are going to talk about rabbit. So we count rabbits the same way we count birds. Oh, why? Well, let's go look at other animals first. So first we have here hiki. Ipiki ni hiki. Uh, I did not know this, but I learned from a Japanese YouTuber whose video are in English, named Kyota, I believe. Yeah. So he had like a really good video where he also talked about control for animals. And so hiki here, this is a word that's used to count like smaller animals like cats, right? Dogs, uh, woof, right? And other like small animals. And here this is to. To is used for counting like bigger animals like cows, uh, elephants, right? Why am I drawing? I'm not even good at drawing, but yeah, elephant, elephants, giraffes, I guess. So larger animal are counted to, and the smaller one are counted hiki. Why? So this is according to Kyoto. So this looks like the behind of an animal, right? Right? Look at this plumpy. Yeah. with the tail here. Well, why? Because small animal, they run away when they see us. So we would usually see they're behind, which is why we use this kanji and we call them hiki. While this is also the kanji for head, atama. So larger animal, they're not afraid of us. They might even charge towards us. So they're called to, which is kanji for head, right? So small animals, iki. And then this large animals, to. I'm sorry. Small animals, iki, large animals, to. And then this is wa, which is used to count birds. I mean, should be obvious enough. This look like wings, right? Wings. So this is wings for the birds. But for whatever reason, in Japan, rabbits, which, I mean, based on the definition, should be counted as hiki, are counted as wa. Oops, what did I do? Are counted as wa. Why? Why? Uh, well, now this is where the fun explanation come. I believe Kyota in his video also had another explanation which I think was different from mine, but mine is comes from my host father, like host family, the father who's a monk, he has glasses, and he loves history and he loves random facts. And so he's the one who told me this story, and I love it, and I'm gonna give you that version. I don't know which one is true. Of course, we're talking about like etymology and like this is old. I don't think it's like it's completely verifiable. But yeah, this is his version. If you're interested in Kyota's, like definitely watch his video. It was funny as well. According to my host father, the monk, he said that in the olden days, like Japanese people were all Buddhist. This was like not by choice. This is more like the daimyo, their landlords, are telling them, "Hey, you have to be this religion, right?" It's kind of like if the daimyo is like Buddhist, everyone's Buddhist, and something like that. I believe it's like that. Okay, no, so now I'm drawing here Honshu, this Hokkaido, I have Shikoku and Kyushu. Yeah, not very good, but you get the idea. Okay, so in the olden days, in Buddhism, you could not eat meat. No meat, right? Say no to meat. We do not kill animals. So because we don't kill animals, we don't eat meat. Or is it just we don't eat meat? I don't know. Anyway, so people were struggling to get their proteins. Protein. I don't know. Their proteins. I'm just gonna write it down in case my pronunciation is horrendous. Proteins. 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 I don't know. So they're タンパク質 proteins, and but this was much more of an issue for people inland, like near the mountains, I guess, rather than the people near the sea in the coastal area. Why? Because people in the coastal area could just eat fish, and yes, fish were not counted as animal. It seems in the past. So they have like different classification that we have. They didn't have like taxonomy yet, right? This is I don't know which period. Probably Edo period. I want to say, but I don't know. I didn't, or I just don't remember what my host father told me. It's a long time ago. And so fishes, and they still eat fish because fish were not counted as animals, so they could eat fish, protein, no problem. People inland near the mountains were like, we have no fish, at least not as much fish, even if they did have them, right? What could they eat? They could eat birds, right? Because birds also were not animals, I guess. But I guess catching birds is hard. What's easier to catch? Rabbits. Rabbits are easier to catch than birds. They cannot really fly, despite flying and jumping having the same are homonyms, or maybe homophones. They are both in Japanese called tobu, means either to jump or to fly. The kanji is, I believe, different, right? So Japanese tobu, they jumped, and not only that, they have wings. So people in Japan, or I mean in the like inland area, they're saying, "Hey, it's okay to eat rabbits. Rabbits are birds, so we can eat them, right?" So the reason they're counted as wa was because this was like a protein loophole. Protein loophole because they wanted to eat the rabbit and they were only allowed to eat it if the rabbits were considered birds. So rabbits are counted as birds. I don't know how true this is, but it is an interesting story. Uh, yeah, thank you for watching the video. See you in the next video.